What is going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here with the one, the only Kevil. We are here to recap the New England Patriots absolutely dominating, demolishing, and running over the LA Chargers in this AFC Divisional Round game as the Patriots take it. It's currently still playing. There is 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining in the game. Kevil, your ads are on. Oh, there you go. So 41-22 at the moment. The Chargers could still score a touchdown or something here. So this is the first time we've ever started a recap with the game still going on, but we have another game about to start in a few minutes. But this game has been over since halftime, Kevil. So we're going to discuss it. And also the Patriots will be heading to Kansas City to play the AFC Championship. I am a very happy
5 minutes in.
Sorry?
This game was over 5 minutes in.
5 minutes in? It was certainly over at halftime.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay,
go ahead.
But as the Chargers are looking to get another score on the board to make it look a little bit closer here. So 41-22, Patriots over the Chargers. Patriots will play the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game in Kansas City. That's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it, but we won't discuss that quite yet. Kev, what were your thoughts on this AFC divisional game, Patriots, Chargers? I know you've been a big Chargers guy all year, so let me know how you feel about it.
Well, I think this is a really terrible effort for the LA Chargers. Just from the get-go, first half, really, I mean, first drive, bad penalty in the end zone. Apparently Charger fans thought it wasn't a penalty, whatever that is. Big throw to Mike Williams. He drops it. Yes, they get the touchdown, but they couldn't make any stop. I don't think I heard Joey Bosa's name today. The Patriots were just efficient.
Who is Joey Bosa?
He plays for the Chargers. He has longish hair. And
I just want to interrupt you real quickly as Phillip Rivers just absolutely freaked out on the field. He just went nuts. He was like, "What are you doing?"
He probably should. Quite frankly, there was
he hasn't played well either.
Well, you know what? He hasn't had a lot of opportunities to play very well today. They had 10. What's the time of possession in this game? It was ridiculous at some point here. At one point, the Patriots had more first down than the Chargers had actual plays in this game.
At one point, they had the same amount of touchdowns as the Chargers had first downs.
Yes,
but that's not just the Chargers defense. That's the Patriots defense and the Chargers offense.
We'll get to that. But I think you asked me. You said I was high on the Chargers, so I wanted to talk about the Chargers.
Okay, sorry, I had to interrupt you because I thought that was hilarious. Continue
very quickly. From game plan wise, I don't understand what the Chargers did. I just don't think they came to play today at all. I think that there's a lot of Rivers was terrible today. I'm not saying Phillip Rivers was great, but there's a lot of players that needed to show up that did not today. Where was Melvin Gordon? I know he was hurt. Where was Keenan Allen really? Where was this secondary? Where was Joey Bosa? They just got really pushed off the ball. I mean, even an injured Gronk was pushing around linebackers. It's just from the Chargers' perspective, it was really a terrible effort. But on the other side, the Patriots had a very efficient game. They found a way to get James White involved. We said that had to happen. Julian Edelman made, I think, I counted 4 plays that could have been a third down or a fourth down, and he turned himself to a first down with an extra effort. Sony Michel was efficient. Tom Brady just was being Tom Brady. And, yeah, the defense, I thought, played very strong. Phillip Rivers didn't have a lot of time. Other than that one play on Gilmore, the secondary played a pretty good game overall. And, this game was over 5 minutes, and I know that there are Charger fans blaming the officials. That's
for what?
Stupid. There was nothing to blame the officials on the game at all. It was stupid. So
just to update in the game, the Chargers did score a touchdown. Antonio Gates scored, and they went for 2, but it was no good. 41-28.
Nice way for Antonio to end his career.
Antonio Gates gets a touchdown there. So, Kevil, I agree with a lot of what you said, but I gotta say, You don't come into New England and expect to win a playoff game. Okay. It felt like everybody was picking the Chargers. Okay, Kevin, I got to go off real quick. Everybody was picking the Chargers. The Patriots were 4-point favorites by Vegas, but still everybody was picking the Chargers. Sean Merriman said he guaranteed a victory. There are people saying the Patriots, this is the day their dynasty ends, calling it. No.
I never said that there's the day that the dynasty ends.
No.
Okay, but they played better than they have for most of this season, especially the end of the month. If you compare what happened in December for what we saw from New England,
played well at the end of December. But what I'm saying, yes, they played a great game today. But why did we think they weren't going to play well and beat the Chargers? I mean, I said it before the playoffs. This Chargers team does not match up with this Patriots team. I said it.
I think that what happened today for the Patriots that didn't happen is their offense was much better. I thought efficiency-wise. They got plays from Philip Dorsett.
I think that
Philip Dorsett, they got a touchdown from Rex Burkhead. There was
honestly, Kev, I feel like they were playing a little possum.
It's quite possible. It's quite
honestly possible. Like it looked like their game plan was much more efficient. They had specific plays in this game that they went to against this defense. For about most of the season, we haven't seen the Patriots actually game plan the way they game plan on offense against teams. I feel like a lot of those times, like against the Steelers, we didn't see it. We didn't see game plan specific things against a lot of opponents. I almost feel like, I know this sounds ridiculous, but it almost feels like the Patriots pulled an old possum on the NFL a little bit, because today we saw a bunch of plays by the Patriots offense that we did not see all year long. We did not see them run a lot of those plays.
Yeah, but there was more. I agree with what you're saying, but there was more of an effort today from the Patriots and the Chargers.
Oh, of course, but
like in terms of like just little things, like
Sure, go ahead.
Edelman on the second drive, it was like it would have been 4th and 3, and he was tackled, and he found a way to break that tackle and get a first down. Mike Williams, good coverage by Devin McCourty, but he had him. He should have caught that ball. Those little things, like there were so many times that the Chargers were terrible tackling today. Terrible tackling. AC would give them an F.
But my thing is, the Patriots, going into this game, have won 15 in a row in Gillette Stadium. This is their 16th game in a row they've won in Gillette Stadium, and these experts are picking the Chargers. Meanwhile, people are saying that the Chargers have – Colin Cowherd says they have 7 of the top 10 most talented players on the game. Well, where they didn't show up, All-Pro Desmond King was getting blown by Edelman. Casey Hayward, nowhere to be found. Joey Bosa, I don't even know if he played. Melvin Ingram didn't exist. Their offense was brutal. Keenan Allen had one play where Gilmore screwed up the coverage and didn't show up until the 4th quarter. Like, where were all these talented players? I've heard all week from all these people picking the Chargers. Oh, the Chargers are way better. The Chargers are way better. It's a team who wins in the NFL playoffs, not players. Teams win. I don't know how the Patriots have not actually allowed you guys to think that yet. The Patriots have not ever been about the players. They've always been about the team and the system. And the Chargers rolled out there. They expected to play cover 3 all game. If you're going to play cover 3 zone all game, it's not going to work against Tom Brady. The greatest cover 3 team of all time didn't beat Tom Brady. Why do you expect that to beat Tom Brady? I know he doesn't have Gronk in, his prime. He doesn't have Randy Moss or Wes Welker, but he has enough. He has James White, who has, by the way, the 2 of the top 3 most receptions in a game by a running back in playoff history. 2 out of the top 3. And then you have Julian Edelman, who is the 2nd greatest playoff receiver in NFL history by statistic. Okay? You have these 2 players. That was enough. Then you run it downhill. You expect to play 7 defensive backs against Gronk and Devlin and all these big boys up front. We're just going to run the ball like I said they needed to do with Sony Michel. Now, I expected the other side of the ball. I will agree with you, Kevol. I think that the Patriots offense was a lot more efficient than we've seen it in times this year. So that's what I didn't really expect at the beginning of the game, for the Patriots just to be able to, just look like the Patriots of the past and just be able to go up and down the field, do whatever they wanted, whether that was pass screens, run the ball right up the middle, outside runs, inside runs, play action, whatever they wanted to do, it seemed to work. And that's what I didn't expect, because I didn't expect the Chargers defense to come out here with this game plan of just saying, okay, we're going to play our same old zone coverage and we're just going to let Tom Brady make his reads and hit his throws. Like, that's not going to work against the Patriots. At least try a little bit more aggressive style. Maybe they were a little bit too worried about the running game. I don't know. I thought defensively for the Chargers, the beginning of this game, even to the end, I mean, they never stopped them really all day, really, to be honest.
I don't think the punter punted. No, he punted once, I think.
He did, but that was it was 40 to something at that point.
Yeah.
My point is, I think Gus Bradley, terrible game plan. I understand you don't have any linebackers, but let's play a little bit of man coverage. Let's get in the face of the receivers. At least make it challenging for Brady to make some plays. Make these receivers that everyone says suck actually make plays. You know what I'm saying? Don't just let them go out there and get their spot in the zone, sit there and catch the ball. That's it. Brady's going to eat you all day. You could have Kev Wolak a receiver and me and Dilly Vanilli, and he'd make plays against cover 3. So, and then you have those safeties, and I understand the Chargers were outmanned, and they were going to have a hard time stuffing the run regardless because they're just too small. And that's what I said coming into this game. But, I think overall that coverage scheme by the Chargers was just, I didn't understand it. It didn't make any sense. So I didn't expect that side of the ball. But on the defensive side of the ball, I said the Patriots corners were going to be all over the Chargers receivers. I said that this defense was going to hold them to a tight game. Nobody believed me, I guess. But I'm just saying that they match up well.
To me, what I think the Chargers did, by the way, the divisional game has started. So just so you know, the other one. But
meanwhile, this game just ended.
Yeah. The Chargers, I think, came into this game expecting a high-scoring game. That they were playing that way. I think they were playing for a 35-30 game. They were even Tony Romo talked about it a couple of times in the game. They're playing so conservative, and we'll get them in the red zone. But you can't, you just simply can't rely on that. You gotta make some stops. You gotta get a 3 and out. You are not going to go ball for ball with Tom Brady. And it almost felt like the Chargers believed that they were going to do that. To me, going into this game, I expected more from the Chargers defense. I think Joey Bosa was
a
disaster today. That's just people are going to talk about Derwin King. Joey Bosa did not do a single thing today, which allows Tom Brady to have all day to pick that cover 3.
And the Patriots offensive line, I gave you the statistic, #1 in pass blocking efficiency in this year. They showed up. They played well. Hopefully that transitions to their road game against Kansas City, because that's another key part of the game. Next week, if the Patriots can get the same amount of time, they can win that game. If Brady can get time against this pass rush in Kansas City, because they don't have the players in the back end. But I will guarantee you the Chiefs won't go out there and play cover 3 the whole game.
No.
I guarantee you they won't do that. They'll at least try to do something. So, but then, I thought the Patriots, they were saying a lot of it was Romo saying that they were kind of replicating what the Ravens have done. And I understand that Romo doesn't watch every Patriots game the way I do. But if you watch the Patriots defense over the second half of the year, they blitzed a lot. And a lot of that was because of what they can get away with their corners. If you look at the team last year, they didn't do any of that. They were a very conservative defense. And in my opinion, that's why they lost the Super Bowl. They were too conservative on defense. And this year's defense, they seem to, with Brian Flores instead of Matt Patricia, it seems like they're willing to actually try and make some plays by sending some pressure at the quarterback instead of just playing conservative bend but don't break. This isn't the bend but don't break defense we've seen from the Patriots in the past. This is a different, more aggressive defense. And they went out there against an immobile quarterback in Phillip Rivers and said, we're going to attack you and count on our corners in the back end to make plays. And that's exactly what happened for a majority of this game. So, yeah, sure, maybe they took a page out of the Ravens book, but this is also what the Patriots have been about for a long time. They always play man. They always blitz this year. And the Patriots defense came up to play. And yeah, the Chargers, their big players didn't, like you're saying, they didn't really come to play. But I just think like a lot of that was, in my opinion, a lot of that was predictable because the Patriots have been good in the areas that the Chargers have been good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think as the day went on, as I was getting closer to the game, I was like, this may have been a bad pick, Kevin. But, you know, I kind of stuck with it because I stuck with the Chargers all year. And that was kind of, I'm like, I think that this is a team that had the ability to do it. I think that there was I wouldn't agree with Colin Cowherd that they had 7 in the top 10. I just felt like Phillip Rivers, if he had time, could do some things against against the Patriots defense. And yeah, you got to give credit for how the Patriots used Gronk offensively today. What is he? I mean,
he blocked a defensive tackle.
Yes, he smushed a defensive tackle. Actually, like he smushed one of the linebackers. He, you know, just the way that they like it just felt like the Chargers had no plan, and they honestly felt like they were trying to get into a shootout, and you just can't rely on that. And I think it was a strategic error. It wasn't a big deal, but it was kind of a big deal to add a third kicker instead of adding another defensive guy. Was just a disastrous. I don't understand that.
Not adding a linebacker,
or you had 3 kickers on.
I understand that though, because like they didn't want to give Patterson any opportunities. The one opportunity he had, he did have a good kick return, but like, I don't know. I don't think I would be criticizing that much.
It wasn't a different figure. They were trying to be too brilliant.
Let's go to the Patriots and the Chargers. Let's look at the stats, and then we'll go watch the other game. Tom Brady, 34 for 44, 343, 1 touchdown, 106.5 passer rating. What you can expect from Tom Brady in the playoffs. I thought just from a physical standpoint, his arm looked great. He was making great throws, very good reads. He seemed to know where to go with the ball every time. And to that point, Josh McDaniels had a great game plan, especially the first couple of drives were expert stuff, like touchdown Eagles, by the way. Jordan Matthews, who should have been on the Patriots, in my opinion. Anyways, Josh McDaniels, I thought, had a great game plan, especially the first drive, that first third down to have Edelman at running back, split him out. Easy read because Gronk took the guy out on a pick play. He's wide open. There's a couple of nice play action plays, screen plays. McDaniels was awesome in this game. All day, had a great game plan, and Brady executed it expertly. As we said, Edelman played phenomenal. James White was phenomenal. And Edelman, for the first time this season, I think, even more so than just making the catches and making the plays, like you said earlier, he was physically like dominating the opposing tacklers. Like he was breaking tackles, moving the chains, like that extra effort that I haven't really seen since his injury. So that was really nice to see. Sony Michel was great in this game. He had 129 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5.4 yards per carry. Not only were they blocking up front, but he was making some plays, breaking tackles from those smaller tacklers and bursting through the hole. White, 15 catches, 97 yards. Philip Dorsett had a few plays, 4 catches, 41 yards. Patterson had a couple plays. Burkhead had a couple plays. Everybody contributed to the game. Defensively, I thought that Devin McCourty was really good. The front in general was really good. Even when they didn't blitz, they were able to get pressure with whether it was Claiborne, Flowers especially. If it was Hightower blitzing, Vinoy blitzing, they were all getting there. John Simon, who was a midseason pickup, played very well. Everybody played well. I thought Gilmore, besides that one play, played very well. Ended with an interception. J.C. Jackson was competitive. He had a tough matchup one-on-one with Mike Williams all day, but made plays when you needed to. Everybody played well. I don't think you could say that the Patriots, any one player didn't play well, and they all executed the game plan. I think the stars, if you had to give like a 3 stars, I think the offensive line, I would say probably the offensive line, Brady, and the defensive line were the best parts, or the pass rush were the best parts for the Patriots.
Yeah,
tough to narrow it down.
Defensive line, and I probably, you can give it to Brady, but I think the way that Edelman established himself in this game was would be my third star, but just because I don't think Edelman has gotten enough credit for what he does. You need a Julian Edelman to win Super Bowls. Just the way that he plays and his extra efforts, I think, put him when this game was key, and the first 5 minutes were the difference.
All right, let's go over the Chargers. Phillip Rivers, 25 for 51, 331, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception late. A couple of those touchdowns were late as well. 81.4 passer rating. Looks a lot better than it was because he was under a lot of duress. He only was sacked twice, but there was a lot of pressure in his face constantly. He had to dump off a lot of times to like backs in the flat, whether it was Gordon, Eckler, even on 3rd and longs where he didn't necessarily want to. And the Patriots were in his face. Running wise, they couldn't really get the running game going because they were behind so early. But even when they tried, it wasn't really there. 9 rushes, 15 yards, 1 touchdown for Gordon. Got to wonder if he was a little bit injured. Justin Jackson only had the other carry. Eckler didn't get any carries in this game. Gates, 5 for 41, 1 touchdown lock that came late. Keenan Allen had 2 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown. Tyrell Williams had 5 for 94. Surprised he didn't even show up until like the second half. I didn't even notice he was playing until the second half.
Who was that started?
Tyrell Williams.
Yeah, I didn't notice him at all. The receivers.
Mike Williams was the only guy that played well in this game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought Mike Williams made some nice catches, ran some nice routes, got contested catches, like difficult throws to catch. I thought he made a lot of nice plays, but other than that, the offensive line, like Schofield got dominated. Their right tackle. Sorry?
Okun got dominated.
Okun. I thought that right tackle Tevi got dominated. Like they had trouble picking up blitzes, and that was one of their big weaknesses coming in this game. The Patriots exposed it, and I think they need to fix that going into next year if they want to make another run. Defensively, I don't know what I can really say here that in terms of like good performances, like maybe Derwin James. Who else?
I don't think anyone on defense played very well today.
They just were physically dominated.
They were physically dominated. And once this became 21-7, it felt to me like this game was over.
Yeah.
At that point in time.
So overall, that's the game. And Desmond King fumble.
Yeah, that you can't do that at that point in time. It's 28-7. You had a chance to score and then get the ball in scoring end, and you fumble the ball. That's just, you can't do that.
But I think if you're a Patriots fan, you're very happy at how this game went as Drew Brees throws it long and deep and incomplete on 3rd down. So the Eagles are going to get the ball back. But I think if you're a Patriots fan, you're very excited going into Arrowhead. I think this game gave you a lot of faith in the team, offensively, defensively. You saw a little bit of vintage Patriots offense. Hopefully they can execute next week. It's a different thing on the road, but I think you're positive going into that game, and it should be a fantastic game. Let's get into the comments, and then we'll say goodbye. Yusuf says, I think he said like something earlier, A or something like that. Robot Guy said Sony Entertainment. He deleted his message. How about Sony Michel? Robot Guy says Sony Entertainment. Sony Michel was great in this game. What do you think of Sony Michel in this game, Kev?
Oh, he controlled, like, how you use Michel and White is just it's fascinating because White's the receiver and Michel the runner. I think White helps Michel a lot. Yeah, Michel was very effective today. Yeah,
I think it was good because what I was saying the whole time, we didn't see a lot of Burkhead.
No,
we saw just a little sprinkle, and that was good with me.
Yeah,
so that was fine. I like it a lot more. I think they're a lot more effective with Michel and White for 99% of the time.
Yeah.
And you bring in Burkhead.
Yeah.
Aiden says, I'm pissed. Rivers deserves a ring, and so do the Chargers. Well, they got to play better. Can't really say anything else. You like that Kevol, says Robot Guy.
I like what?
I don't know. I guess.
Congratulations to the Patriots. They have the greatest quarterback of all time. They have the greatest coach in professional sports history. I just thought this time it could have been done. I was wrong.
Bodo says so boring, and he was complaining a lot about how this game was boring. I was even bored by the 3rd quarter. Yeah. And you knew the game was over when Nance and Romo were making math jokes.
Yes, yes, counting on the toes.
Famous Breed says they're going to lose against Kansas City. Kevin Durkant says Rivers sucks. Malik says I predicted the Pats to put up 38 points. Wow. But not 41. And Chargers fans got mad when I said Pats were overall the better team. That was happening a lot in the Who's Better video that I made. A lot of angry comments by Chargers fans, and I don't see them much anymore. Duke says, Mitch, looking great, bro. Love the videos. Thank you, Duke. Thanks for watching. Bodo, Rivers now 5-6 in playoffs, 0 for 8 versus Brady.
And 0-5 in 30 degrees and under.
Yeah, that's tough for just a LA team in general. But you also see, you've seen at times with Rivers in the cold weather. He did make some nice throws in this game, so I don't know if I can really say this, but like a lot of times his ball doesn't look the same when he does throw it through that cold weather. But it wasn't very windy though.
No, it was like the weather had nothing to do with this. But I think I personally, one more quick thing here for me. The only other thing, just from the Charger perspective, is I question the move of going back home and then back. I think he should have stayed out east, but that's me.
First down Eagles. I saw that play in the Super Bowl.
Eagles right now, like
Nelson Aguilar reverse. I saw that play in the Super Bowl. I remember that one. What else? It's not Rivers' fault, Mitch. Geez, the O-line played so bad. I don't know. I think it's a little of both. I understand the O-line did get dominated. I completely agree. But I don't think Rivers played his best game. Is that fair for me to say?
Yeah, I don't think Rivers played his best game. I don't think even Rivers would admit that. Yeah.
Rick Badboy said, "Can Mitch stop smiling because the Pats won?" Okay. To be honest, I was more excited for this game than I've been excited for a lot of games. And like for sure this year, but like even going back to last year, I feel like I was really excited for this game because there was something different about it. Katana says give us $5. Says Chargers didn't show up. The defense stayed in LA. Patriots will have a legit challenge next Sunday. Thanks, Katana. Thank you for the comment, and I agree with you. Kevin Durkant says Chargers trying to make themselves look good in front of LA fans, which didn't happen. Robot Guy said Tom is done, right? ? Pats are done, right? Well, I guess not. We'll see if they can last one more week. What else? Chargers are overrated. How do you feel? Do you think the Chargers were overrated?
No, I don't think that they were overrated. I think that there was legitimate, like, talent for talent. I think they were there. They just did not come to play today. I don't think that they were overrated. I would disagree with that. They did not play a great game today.
Lady D says Chargers fans should not be so hard on. Don't be so hard on yourselves. It's hard to beat New England in Foxborough. The Chiefs have done it, but it's very difficult. Be proud. Chargers had a great season. I think you got to give them credit.
Yeah.
They just didn't show up in this game, which is a crappy way to lose.
I wouldn't say that they're overrated. Yeah. I expected more from them, though.
Katana gave another $5.
Yeah.
He says, Mitch, not everybody picked the Chargers. I saw a lot of mixed picks on sports shows. Well, I tried to fill my brain with picks from Chargers so that it made me feel better when they won.
There you go.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Like, I had Kevil's pick going over and over in my mind. Some Sony. Kevin Durkant says Pat's defense is overrated. Pat's not winning in Arrowhead, says Jeremy. So already the Pats are not winning in Arrowhead is starting. I am assuming the Chiefs will be favored by about 4 points.
Yeah, probably.
They finally used white, said Robot Guy. Stefan says he had time. Oh, well, the Pats still the team to beat.
Until they're beaten, as Mr. Flair said, to be the man, you have to beat the man.
SM says annihilated the Chargers. Katana, another $5. Thank you, Katana. Says St. Nick strikes again. Ultra's in the chat. And a lot of people are talking about this game. So on that note, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for joining us on the recap. Kevil, any final words?
Yeah, we'll talk after the Eagles game. If this keeps going, I think we're going to have a happy EC.
Yeah, possibly. We might have a rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
We'll see.
I know Kev doesn't think so, but we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more. It's Mitch, Kevil. Peace out.
Peace.